On March 30th, 1432, in Edirne, within the Ottoman Empire, a leader was born who would later carve out a monumental place in human history, Muhammad al-Fatih. Before he was known as al-Fatih, his original name was Mehmed bin Murad, the son of Sultan Murad II, the ruler of the Ottoman Empire, and his mother, Huma Hatun, the Sultan's fourth wife. Mehmed was the third son of Sultan Murad II and spent his childhood in Edirne. As the son of a sultan, Mehmed received the best education available in the Ottoman Empire at that time. From an early age, he studied various disciplines, ranging from religion, languages, sciences, and technology to military strategy. He mastered Arabic, Persian, Latin, Greek, and Italian. In line with tradition, at the age of 11, he was sent to the city of Manisa to hone his leadership skills by serving as governor there. In 1444, after Sultan Murad II achieved peace with his European enemies, he decided to retire and abdicate the throne to Mehmed, who was only 12 years old at the time. Mehmed was crowned sultan because both of his elder brothers had passed away. However, this ascension was seen by the enemies of the Ottomans as an opportunity to organize a crusade, breaking the peace treaty that had been established by Sultan Murad II. The King of Hungary, the Pope, the Byzantine Empire, Eastern Roman Empire, and Venice saw this as a chance to break free from the influence of Islam, with a young sultan now on the throne. In 1451, Sultan Murad II passed away, and Mehmed, now 19 years old, ascended the throne again as the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. With a determination to continue the legacy of his ancestors and fulfill the prophecy mentioned in a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, Sultan Mehmed began preparing a grand plan to conquer Constantinople, a city prophesied to be conquered by the best of leaders and armies. Sultan Mehmed immediately began preparing his nation for this great battle, both diplomatically and militarily. He signed peace treaties with Venice and Hungary to ensure their neutrality during the conquest of Constantinople. Throughout 1452, he built fortresses to control the Bosphorus Strait surrounding the city. He realized that one of the factors making Constantinople difficult to conquer was the complex Theodosian walls, a series of fortifications renowned for their strength and resilience. In addition to preparing military strength, Sultan Mehmed also addressed internal affairs. He eradicated corruption among his officials, knowing that corruption was the root cause of a nation's downfall. Sultan Mehmed recruited experts from various fields to help govern the state efficiently and with integrity. With meticulous planning and adherence to the Quran and the Hadith, Sultan Mehmed devised military strategies from multiple angles. He successfully persuaded Urban, a Hungarian artillery expert, to create a massive cannon called Basilica, capable of firing 272 kilograms projectiles over 1.6 kilometers, making it the most formidable weapon of its time. He also built a fleet with 31 galleys and dozens of other ships, constructed the Rumeli Hisari fortress, and trained a large army with high morale. On April 6, 1453, the siege began. About 80,000 Ottoman soldiers under Sultan Mehmed II's banner gathered before the walls of Constantinople. Inside the city, Byzantine Emperor Constantine Ayvon led his 7,000 soldiers in defending the city walls. One of the most historic military confrontations began. The Ottoman forces displayed extraordinary bravery under Sultan Mehmed's command. After a 2-month siege, on May 29, 1453, Constantinople's walls were finally breached. This conquest earned Sultan Mehmed the title Al-Fatih, meaning the conqueror. However, the conquest of Constantinople was not the first. The city had been besieged several times before by various nations, but it was the Crusaders who first conquered it in 1204, not the Ottomans. The conquest of Constantinople by Sultan Mehmed II was not merely a battle between Islam and Christianity. It was a revolution against the injustice and excessive luxury of the rulers of Constantinople, who had neglected their people. During the siege, natural phenomena and prophecies influenced the morale of both sides. On the night of May 22, 1453, a lunar eclipse occurred, which the Ottoman forces saw as a sign of victory. A few days later, Constantinople was shrouded in thick fog, and a strange light was seen over the dome of Hagia Sophia, which Orthodox priests interpreted as a bad omen, believing that the Holy Spirit had left the city. In the end, Constantinople fell to the Ottomans, marking the end of the medieval era and the beginning of the modern age. The fall of this city also forced Western European nations to seek new trade routes by sea, sparking the age of colonial expansion and global trade, including in the Nusantara, Indonesian archipelago. This conquest also led to the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a superpower, dominating Constantinople and surrounding regions for centuries, significantly shaping modern Europe as we know it today. Sultan Mehmed II claimed the title of Roman Emperor and built an empire with an Islamic touch, creating a captivating blend of Western and Eastern architecture. It is essential for us to understand the history of how Islam thrived in its golden era. This knowledge can prevent us from being distracted by fleeting rewards that compromise the values and dignity of our nation. Through intelligent, just, and wise leadership, a leader must prioritize what needs to be addressed first and what can be delayed. The orderliness of a nation begins with clear and well-thought-out policies. Protecting the people with justice and compassion is not just a fantasy, but a right and a necessity. This involves not burdening the people with excessive taxes, wisely managing natural and human resources, and realistically assessing the technological landscape of today to identify areas that need improvement. The Islamic Revolution was not only for the peace of its adherents, but also for non-Muslims who sought to preserve world peace. Thus, implementing Islamic laws with firmness is not tyranny, but protection for those who wish to live righteously. A society free from vice and fear can only be achieved if we collectively strive to learn, hold fast to the Quran and the Prophet's Hadith, and foster the belief in creating national stability. Education from an early age, integrating knowledge, technology, religion, and language can ingrain in the minds of future generations the importance of surpassing their predecessors in line with the advancements of the time.